Sometimes people think, oh, I have 500 affiliates. This is such a great affiliate program. I don't personally believe that. I would rather work with 100 very strategic affiliates that we are targeted with. We know the fewer affiliates, the more you can lean into them, and then the greater scale you get from each of them versus they're just competing with each other, which is, I think, what a lot of brands do. Because as you said, Leanne, people think more is better, and more is not always better. More sales is better. We love more sales, but not always more partnerships.
You're listening to the Affiliate Marketing Podcast, powered by Affiverse, ultimate destination for affiliate program news, insights, growth opportunities, partnerships, and affiliate program strategy. Whether you're an advertiser, publisher, platform partner, agency, or entrepreneur, we've got the tools, trends, thought leaders invited here to help you to thrive in the fast-changing digital economy. A special thanks goes out to our season sponsors, Everflow.io, for bringing together an exciting lineup of guests to interview this season. Check out Everflow.io for more insights on how to build, scale, and grow successful affiliate programs with intelligent tracking and reporting. What if the most regulated industry in affiliate marketing could be your biggest opportunity? Welcome to Health and Wellness, where 3 strategic touchpoints beat 7 scattered ones, and where compliance is your competitive edge. I'm joined today by Anna Lewis, who's revolutionizing affiliate programs in this $4.4 trillion space. She's about to reveal why 100 strategic affiliates outperform 500 random ones, and how treating partners like actual partners transforms everything. From hormone therapy programs to AI-powered customer journeys, Anna's sharing the affiliate flywheel secrets that go way beyond basic funnel optimization. Whether you're wrestling with FTC compliance or hunting for that perfect EPC sweet spot, this episode is your blueprint. Health and wellness might just be the final frontier for truly strategic affiliate marketers. So let's dive right in. Remember to post your hashtag affiliate win, share one success story from your affiliate program, and help us to change the narrative on this industry. Use hashtag affiliate win and let's showcase what's really working. Welcome to this week's Affiliate Marketing Podcast, and I'm super excited because I've got Anna Lewis, the COO and president of Intelcio, joining us this week as we dive deep into what is happening and trending in affiliate marketing this week. So Anna, welcome onto the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Me too. So before we get started, I have a customary first question before we go off script and start talking about everything we're going to talk about, because it really is a laugh a minute each week that we do this. Tell us, as we're listening in, how you got into affiliate marketing and what your journey has been to get you onto this mic here today.
Oh my goodness. It is a loaded question. I will give you the abridged version, but it's one of my favorite things to learn because we all have our own paths to get into affiliate marketing. I started out my career as a recruiter, used to help people find jobs, and then was recruited to a marketing firm down in North Carolina. We were the second largest DirecTV dealer. So our job was to bring customers to DirecTV. And my boss actually used to work for CJ. And he came into our marketing agency and said, hey, you should go get a login for CJ and try to figure out if you can generate some DirecTV sales. I just jumped in, tried to figure it out, reached out to a bunch of affiliates. This was at the time where affiliates were actually figuring out search far faster than brands. So there was a really unique time where we could scale on the search side, be really strategic, and it actually became one of the biggest channels at the agency out of nothing. So as I think a lot of other people just stumbled into it and then found that I loved it, found that I loved the relationships, figured out that affiliates are incredibly savvy, strategic marketers, and I've never left since. It's been a long time now. So
that's an amazing story, Anna. And I think you're so right. Everybody comes into this industry with a totally different set of skills, which is what makes it amazing. And I can see how recruitment and working with people can actually transcend really easily into the affiliate space, because it's exactly the same thing that we have to do. We have to recruit affiliates. We have to manage them as people, as humans, and then also grow our programs at the same time. So I want to get into that kind of like health and wellness space, because that's an area that you guys really specialize in. And it's actually a segment of affiliate marketing that we've never really spoken about on this podcast. So I know that there's a lot of people that listen that are in this space, and it is a booming space. Like, it is phenomenal when you get your head into like this category or segment or vertical, whatever you want to call it. It's also very niche, but quite cutthroat. And I'm sure that there's a lot of tactics and tools and tricks that we can talk about in this space. But what are some of the biggest challenges that you see when it comes to managing performance marketing for programs in this sector?
Yeah, it's a great question. One of the biggest keys in health and wellness is that it's health and wellness. So there are added regulations, there's added compliance concerns, and there's added focus on quality, which if you look at the affiliate industry as a whole, those are generally the biggest concerns overall. And it's why sometimes affiliate gets looked on negatively. But to me, that's frankly the fun of the challenge of being able to show not only can affiliate focus and meet all the different regulation and compliance and quality requirements of the health and wellness space, but really drive a ton of value to these brands, because so much of health and wellness is educating consumers that this is available now, right? A lot of health and wellness, there's telehealth, there's services that we used to have to go to the doctor for that now we can do online. And so there's nobody better at really getting the word out than affiliates. So I think when you can combine the two of them, and again, as I said, really focus on that, making sure that we're meeting all regulations and compliance, that's the challenge, but also the fun of operating in health and wellness.
So would you say that being an affiliate manager in the health and wellness industry, you actually also have to be an educator? Because obviously affiliates know how to bring traffic, but they don't necessarily know all the finer nuances of marketing regulation and FTC compliance and all the things that, have to be really strong and monitored, especially in this vertical, because it is so regulated.
Yeah, it's a great point. And I think that's where affiliate marketing is going. And I think if you're not able to figure out how to take your tactics to use them to educate, you're getting left behind, because all marketing, frankly, used to be far more of just spray and pray, right? Just get the brand out there and hopefully somebody will click and let's spend a ton of money. It's far more curated now. It's far more tactical. And so I think the affiliate partnerships that are really able to curate their audience, target their audience and their messaging, and then work with brands on how do we make that a really seamless transition from the affiliate creative to the brand landing page and the brand funnel, and then ultimately the conversion. That's where success is happening, because we're able to educate the consumers. We're able to get that click over to the brand. We're able to further educate the consumer so that they say, oh my gosh, yes, I want to purchase this today. And then ultimately, right, the brand wins and then the affiliate wins because they get paid. So that education piece is key.
It's a really great point as well, because the theme of our podcast this season, which is sponsored by Everflow, is that affiliate is about all the moments, not just the end point of the sale. And there you've actually outlined all the different touch points that you have to educate and support and handhold and optimize and make sure is, streamlined for conversion before that affiliate sale actually happens. So talk to us a little bit about how you're using Everflow right now in your agency with some of the clients that you work with, and how you've leveraged the tools that are in the platform to actually spearhead that growth, not just from the end touch point of when the conversion or the sale happens, but prior to that, all the touch points before that.
First of all, we love Everflow. Everflow has been an amazing partner, not just from a technology standpoint, but the people that they have employed and the team that they continue to grow. So we love our partnership with Everflow. But one of the features that I'm not sure how recent it is, but it's called Everflow Flowchart. And what it does is it allows us and the brand to be able to see not just the affiliate touch point, that last touch, but it shows all the touches of the consumer if that click ran through Everflow. So you can see from the first click to the last click that actually can. What we're now doing is we're encouraging our brand to put all of their internal marketing on Everflow as well. One of our clients has just done this. So now we're actually able to see very much multi-touch attribution, right? Which is what so many brands are trying to figure out. So we can see maybe a click came in from a review site, affiliate partner, then they touched the brand internal social, and then they ultimately converted with an affiliate loyalty site. And then by being able to see all those different touch points, we can commission and assign value accordingly. Because frankly, all those touch points are valuable in that funnel. We needed every single one of those touch points in order for that consumer to convert. Previously, we would have just been able to see, hey, that was a loyalty partner that drove that sale. But instead, now we know, oh, it was a review partner. And then it was the brand's internal social, and then ultimately that loyalty partner. So being able to pull all of that together, you're able to assign value and then hopefully help amplify each one of those channels so you can get more out of them.
Also, it allows you to use the data in very creative ways, because now you will see what time that customer was on a social media channel. You can see what advert actually sparked their interest to move them further down the funnel. And you can start to gather all of that information and really be like a puppeteer with marionette strings to spend your money more wisely, which is what everybody's telling you to do. Like everybody's telling affiliate managers, your whole job is to find affiliates, get traffic, improve cost margins, increase sales. But without all of this data and having a single source of truth and actually being able to map that across all of the different digital channels, it's very difficult to do that. And we've had this conversation before on the podcast with guests that have come in who maybe aren't as advanced as what you guys are with your clients. And they're really operating blind. When you think about all that you can see now, that you've actually migrated your clients into a single source of truth platform, that you can really start to play around with profit margins, because more isn't always more in affiliate.
It's so true. I tell my clients all the time, sometimes people think, oh, I have 500 affiliates. This is such a great affiliate program. I don't personally believe that. I would rather work with 100 very strategic affiliates that we are targeted with. We know we have 3 email affiliates. We have 2 review partner affiliates, and we're leaning in and we're making sure that they get every single thing that they need. We're customizing reporting. We are building specific data sets for them, because sometimes the fewer affiliates, the more you can lean into them, and then the greater scale you get from each of them, versus they're just competing with each other, which is, I think, what a lot of brands do. Because as you said, Leanne, people think more is better, and more is not always better. More sales is better. We love more sales, but not always more partnerships.
Because you've got to start thinking that there is a finite group of traffic sources that you can segment into your program on a performance basis, okay? And then you've got to start thinking, how does that overlay with what I'm doing on paid, with what the brand team's doing on social, with influencers and other parts of the business? What are we doing on SEO? And different businesses have different strengths. So some might be more heavily invested in SEO and they want to use affiliates to do alternative traffic sources. Or they might be really good in one country, but they want to use affiliates to actually get the product into other markets and do the go-to-market strategy. Or they might want affiliates to back up their brand and push out their competition. So the strategy behind the program really has to be led by the data. And it seems like in the health and wellness industry, which is so competitive. I just did a little bit of research on this sector before I got you on the podcast, because I didn't want to sound stupid, but like it is incredibly cutthroat, and the margins of profit between these products are sometimes quite thin. So you do have to be more strategic about what you're doing with the performance relationships that you bring in. And I loved what you said about more is not always more. Like you'd rather work with 100 affiliates that are providing incremental value, because think about this. Think about how much easier it is to build relationships with people on a humanistic level when you can actually give them time. And in a vertical that you're working in, which is all about your body, your self-image, your mental health, whatever it is in the health and wellness space, you want to be able to actually make sure that your affiliates understand those products deeply so that they can promote them properly. So what are some of the tactics that you do in some of the successful programs that you're managing that have really helped to foster those relationships? Because I think a lot of people listening to this would love to know, how can I take what you're doing in the health and wellness industry and maybe plug it into finance or any of the other like really strongly regulated markets that operate in a similar way?
Yeah, I think even though the industries are different, I think there are a lot of similarities in how you do it. I would say at the core, Leanne, one of the most important pieces is believe in the strategy of affiliate, in the strategic nature of affiliate. I am weirdly passionate about the world of affiliate marketing. And I've seen its ability to scale companies, to scale businesses, to be a really core piece of the overall marketing strategy. And the more a brand can lean into affiliate marketing, the more successful that affiliate marketing program will be. I have seen it many times over where a program is set it and forget it, right? They got set up on a network and they said, we've done our job. We have affiliate marketing. And You do. If an affiliate searches for your program, they'll find you. Generally, the CAC allowable on those programs is one of the lowest across all marketing channels, right? And your strategic affiliates are never going to be able to make that work. So you're not going to have a strategic affiliate program. And if you don't get those strategic affiliates, then the overall affiliate ecosystem, or my team would laugh at me right now because I'm always talking about the affiliate flywheel, but it's a real thing, right? All channels work together. You have your search affiliates that can help be the first touch. They can bring in that consumer. And then with internal marketing, maybe, that consumer sees the product again in a social ad. And then maybe an email from an affiliate touches that consumer. And then ultimately they convert by searching for the brand directly, and they convert through a branded ad. But all those touch points have to be looked at in order to assign the value across the full consumer journey, so that you can keep feeding each one of those pipes. That's just the biggest key piece in making these overall programs work, regardless if it's health and wellness, if it's financial, and if it's any other industry. And then, of course, there is the compliance piece, right? I think where a lot of brands fall is they just put a program up on a network, they set it and forget it. Then you're not looking at creative. Then you're not customizing the funnel. And that's where then affiliates they're going to do what they think is best. And sometimes what they think is best is very direct response marketing, which may not be on brand. And then that's where you get that conflict between affiliate and brand, where the brand's saying, hey, wait, that's not the ad I would have run. You didn't give the affiliate guidance.
I see it. I mean, everything you're talking about is stuff that happens every day that we as agency owners see, pick up, fix, try and educate on. And unfortunately, the industry is moving so fast and the education level is lagging so far behind because we're growing too quickly to actually bring talent in and train, that this is unfortunately a thing. And we often talk about how do we tell the C-level suite the story. You can't really tell the story if you don't have the data. And one of the questions that I wanted to actually ask you while you were talking through that process is, now that you've got some of this data, like what is the average number of touch points that you're seeing customers go through before they convert in the health and wellness industry? And I wonder how that compares to other industries that I may be tuning in and listening to this podcast. And now that you've got the data, is it far different to what you thought it was originally?
So Leanne, if anybody calls in or sends you, this is our average touch point, we need to put all this together because I would be very curious too. We're seeing usually at least 3. And oftentimes the first touch point is social, right? Because there are so many consumers that are on social media.
100%, yeah. It's like the natural starting point.
Exactly. But usually because you have to educate yourself on that product, they're not converting in that first click. So then you usually see some amount of search in there or display or email. But yes, we're usually seeing 3+ touch points on that consumer journey.
So that's quite low, actually, because I know other industries that we track, it's 7 to 9 is the average before somebody actually purchases something. And we all love a bargain, okay? So everybody will always go and look for whether they can get it at a discount, whether it's Black Friday or not. But this is exactly why I asked you this question, because there's also a thread that's going through the affiliate industry right now that coupon and cashback sites are no-nos for affiliate programs. That is not true. And a previous guest that I had on the podcast actually explained it beautifully when he was talking about the strategy behind building your affiliate program. You need to have a very segmented affiliate program because customer journeys are so fragmented right now. And you cannot discount coupon and voucher code sites in any vertical, but you can work with them strategically. So how have you strategically changed the way that your brands or your customers engage with those types of partners? Because there's a lot of controversial conversations happening on LinkedIn and other places. And I just really want to kind of like hit that on the head this week, because I know you're as passionate about it as what I am. Like, when is the right time to use cashback coupon, and how have you strategically used it in the programs that you manage? Because I think everybody can learn from that.
Absolutely. And everybody has a different strategy. I think the key is you have to have a strategy. You have to have a way that you're working with these coupon sites. And I would agree with you, Leanne, they have value, right? Because there are consumers that, frankly, in this day and age, as much as we hate it as marketers, they don't want to buy a product unless they feel like they're getting some sort of discount. In my mind, the key is you have to look at all the different touch points and assign the correct value to each one of those touch points. Not all affiliates are created equal. Now, that doesn't mean that some affiliates are better than others. It just means that some affiliates' value is more than others. I generally recommend to the clients that we're working with, don't work with every coupon site. Select and pick the coupon sites that you want to work with. Help them out. Give them a branded coupon, like a co-branded coupon, so that it is special to them. And then give them a lower CPA, knowing that they're further down the funnel. And then that allows you to give a higher CPA to those that are at the top of the funnel. But also some of these loyalty and coupon sites have the ability to email their audience. So sometimes these loyalty sites can actually be far more top of funnel than you think. I've gone into programs where they've been about ready to eliminate a few loyalty sites. And I said, wait, we can spend money with them. And actually, let's help them. Let's get in front of their audience and let's use that to allow them to actually show their audience our brand and then switch them from being a bottom funnel affiliate to being a top of funnel affiliate. But the key is strategy. Have a strategy.
But also look at the traffic, like really understand the traffic and the data segments that these partners are bringing to you. Because if you're not doing the brand play and you're doing more strategic understanding of where you're plugging gaps within that consumer journey, then go and negotiate the commercials that you have with these partners. I think a lot of affiliate managers are also scared to counteroffer. For people like us that have been in the industry a very long time, we naturally will just ask for what we think is right and fair and value. But if you're at a different stage in your affiliate career and you may be launching a newer program, you might be a little bit more desperate and pay a little bit more just to get the integration, to get the brand on page, to do all of those things. And there's nothing wrong with that strategy. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just there's a time and a place. And you mentioned that flywheel. And I think there's a flywheel in your affiliate program life cycle too. When you're starting out, you're going to want to bring in as many affiliates as possible because you want to build brand. And then you're going to plateau off and start looking at value. Where do we optimize? And then you're going to get really advanced in terms of what you guys are doing and actually plugging in third-party tracking solutions and BI analytics reports to then start to really look at where's the value coming from. And there is no right or wrong blueprint for an affiliate program to operate, but you have to be leading with the data in order to tell the story and to then create the strategy of how you want to move forward. Let's talk a little bit about secret weapons and key metrics that you're looking at in the health and wellness industry, because I know it's also very fast-paced sales, obviously depending on what kinds of brands you're working with. But let's just give people 3 top tips. If they were working in the health and wellness industry right now, what would be the 3 things that you would tell affiliate managers to do in order to scale their program?
Great question. I have a lot more than 3, but we'll go with 3, Leanne. Number 1 is actually not a data metric. It's just an overall philosophy, shall we say, and that is transparency. Affiliates want to be strategic, the good ones, and there's far more good ones than there are bad ones. Can affiliate be shark-infested waters? Sure, but there's some great partners out there, and the more that you believe in your partners, the more that you are transparent with your partners, the more transparent they are back to you, and then you can actually get somewhere. Right? None of us can get anywhere if we don't tell each other anything. So that's the philosophy that I live by is be transparent, trust. Have I been burned before? I have, but I'd rather trust and be transparent and be able to move than operate in more of a black box. So that would be number 1. And then the second one would be to be data oriented. That's obviously been the theme of our conversation. And affiliates appreciate when you're looking out for them. You're looking out for them and making sure that the conversion rate is where it needs to be. An affiliate can do their job and drive 5,000 clicks to the page, but if the brand doesn't do their job and convert those clicks, then frankly, the brand wasn't helping the affiliate out. Now, there's multiple ways to look at that, right? And this kind of goes into the third piece, which is optimize and lean into affiliate. So how do we help affiliates be focused on and get access to the right ad copy that's performing? Let's build out funnels that are catered to affiliates. A search funnel is different than a funnel that an affiliate needs for third-party email, right? Those two do not look the same. And so the more that you can lean in, and affiliates will help you as a brand. If you ask an affiliate, hey, email affiliate, what do you want my landing page to look like? What do you think it should look like in order to convert this customer? They will have wonderful ideas. Affiliates are experts in CRO. So that would be the third piece is leveraging the knowledge that your affiliates have to really build out the creative and the content and the funnel so that you can convert those clicks and then you can be data oriented and you can be transparent with your affiliates back to them. And all those 3 pieces work together.
And that's also why you have to have a human touch. You need to be talking to these individual partners because they are not promoting your product because they like it. They are promoting the product because they can make money from it. So the easier you help them to make money from your product or service or whatever it is that you're selling, the faster your affiliate program grows. And I think we forget about that because when you work brand side, agencies probably have a very different viewpoint on this. And I think that's why we're laughing if you're watching this video. Because affiliate managers that work client side, they love their program, they love their business, they love their brand, they're bought into the company culture. Affiliates don't care about that. They just want to know, what are you going to do for me? How can I make money from this? And are you available when I have a problem? Like, it really is that simple. So you got to put the brand and the values and everything else, because affiliates don't see it the same way you do. They're not your customer, they're your supplier or partner. And you really do need to have good human relationships with them in order to actually help them lean into your product too. So while you're leaning into them, you need to make sure that they're very comfortable leaning back into you. And that comes with those three things: making sure that your funnel is right, making sure that you can give them all the transparent data, and actually being open and honest about what's working and what isn't. So I love those three. You make it sound so simple, but actually it's stuff that we don't think about every day. So I'm loving the fact that you've said that. I want to just focus a little bit on becoming more strategic with affiliate partners. So what are some of the things that you're seeing, or some of the trends that you're seeing now in the health and wellness industry that partners are actually demanding of brands? Because there is only a finite source of traffic in any given vertical, okay? And as an affiliate manager, you've got to find a way to stand out and actually be the source that all affiliates want to promote. So what are some of the strategic things that you're doing with partners to actually leverage growth for your clients?
I would say the most important and the way to make your program stand out above all competitors is focusing on the funnel. Have the best-in-class funnel, have the best-in-class site that converts better than anyone else. Because ultimately, for most affiliates, EPC, or earnings per click, is the metric that matters, because they're spending money. As you said, in a great way, brands and affiliates are very aligned. Want to make sales. Affiliates want to make sales. Affiliates have to make sure that they're making enough money per click to justify the sales that they're driving. So the more that we can, as an agency, or the brands that we work with, or any brand out there, can optimize their site so that every single one of those clicks converts as best as possible, and we customize in order, based on the affiliate channel, ultimately we'll gain more clicks, right? Affiliates will go, hey, you know what? This funnel is working better than the competitor over here. I'm going to bring those clicks over here. And then it's never ending. It is a never ending iteration of, how do we continue to improve? Because marketing's changing. Look at what's happening with AI. I'm like late at night constantly researching, like, where's this going to go? How's this going to impact marketing? And guess what? Guess who's going to figure it out first? Affiliates are going to figure out AI first. They figure everything out first. So how do we lean in and just make sure that we're continuing to iterate and improve so that we can always be better than our competitors? And that's, I think, the most important thing that we can do from a strategy standpoint.
So if somebody wants to read up more about funnels, are there any places that you go to read what's trending, what's changing with that? Have you got any kind of tidbits that you can share with our audience?
It really depends. It depends on the brand. It depends on, is it a quiz funnel? Are we going direct to cart? Are we going to the landing page? Honestly, I would tell brands to talk to their affiliates. I think that's the best step, and say, hey, can you help educate me on what you need here, on how we can get better? Because also, Leanne, then that starts what we've been talking about too. It starts the partnership. We call affiliates partners. They are partners. Let's treat them as a partnership. Let's get a conversation started. So that's honestly where I would recommend. You can also go to your friend ChatGPT. I'm sure they'll be able to give some good insight too. But I encourage human conversation.
So do I. I'm a little bit scared of ChatGPT, because if you type in anything about Leanne Johnston, it can verbatim talk about me from all the content that's out there on the interweb already. So it does scare me a little bit about what's accurate. And it also is extremely delusional. So take it with a pinch of salt. Okay, Anna, let's zoom out a little bit, because you've given a lot of tactical advice here. What excites you most about the affiliate industry in the health and wellness space? And how do you see these data-led decisions making or shaping the next wave of performance strategies or trends that are going to come to the fore?
It's a great question. There's a lot of things that excite me about the health and wellness space, and just about affiliate marketing in general. specifically about the health and wellness space, frankly, what excites me the most and why we're really leaning into it is because right now it's constantly changing, which keeps life very exciting. Also bringing services to consumers that sometimes were harder to receive. For instance, we work with an HRT, a hormone replacement therapy client. That traditionally, menopause, perimenopause treatments has been very difficult for women to receive. I live in a smaller town. It's hard to find, there's a waiting list of 6 months for somebody to find that practitioner. Now you can go get that online. You can go get support. The brand that we're working with is really focused on creating communities. So that's really exciting for me in the health and wellness space, is making things easier for consumers. We're a population that I think right now is constantly figuring out, how can I live longer? How can I maintain my longevity? And health and wellness space right now. And then in the affiliate space, I think what's fun and exciting there is it's a different industry. So affiliates are having to get creative. And I think anytime you ask an affiliate to be innovative, that's where you get their best. And so that's been fun, is the brainstorming of, hey guys, this is new. We've never done this before. How should we approach this? How should we be thinking about this? Should we completely change the funnel to try to optimize this better? So I would say that's the other piece that I'm really excited about, is we're learning new tactics, we're learning new things. And I think what we're seeing is an evolution, frankly, of affiliate marketing, because it did used to be, there were always some strategic players in affiliate marketing, but more and more, I would say, just incredibly forefront of marketing. And I think brands and industries are starting to take notice of, wow, these guys are amazing marketers. And I'm just excited to be able to say the word affiliate again in conversations. It used to be a bad word. We used to not be able to say affiliate, and we pivoted. We started calling them publishers or partners. They're all the same thing. They're companies that we're paying for sales. But it's exciting to me that it's because of a lot of these things, it's becoming a very strategic channel that brands are now thinking of as strategic. So I would say those are some of the highlights of what I'm excited about in affiliate as we continue to move forward.
I love it. We're moving out of the shroom room and into the spotlight.
That's right.
We are embracing technical advances much faster than other digital channels. I mean, everybody knows ChatGPT and Claude, but I'm seeing fantastic apps being coded in a matter of minutes using vibe coding and other easy to code or no code platforms. And all of these things are trickling down into our space. And we're really on a precipice right now. And I love the fact that you use the word revolution, because this will be the fourth iteration of a revolution of the internet that I am witnessing in my adult working life, having worked almost 2 decades, or more than 2 decades in the affiliate marketing industry. I'm excited about what's coming because I've been there before, like when we went from SEO and Ask Jeeves to platforms like Google and Bing, and then to Meta and Facebook and everything else that came in. This is where we are again, yet one more time in my career. So I'm just as excited as you are to see what's going to be happening. And yeah, lean into those affiliates, because they are going to be the first people to test and trial and fail and do whatever they can do to actually increase their revenue, build their businesses, and get behind products that are getting it just as much as they are. Go and explore, go and take these 3 tips that Anna has very kindly shared with you and really implement that into your program. And don't just think about the last minute. Think about all of those touch points that we explored on this podcast together today, and think about how you can leverage and use your data to change the commercial decisions that you're making with your partners as well. Anna, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on this podcast and to talk about all of the moments that are making up affiliate marketing, not just the final conversion part. And it's been really interesting to understand how the health and wellness industry is embracing change and looking at trends so eagerly to see how they can work with partners as you do with your clients. So really appreciate you being on the podcast with me today. And thank you so much for sharing all of those insights.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for having me. And thank you for all that you do, educating the world about affiliate marketing. It's exciting. So thank you.
The Elevate Summit 2025 is here. Just join us on July 15th and 16th for the premier affiliate and digital marketing event this summer. This year, we're focusing on traffic, where innovation meets inspiration, and we're helping SME brands and affiliates to scale. Elevate is more than just another summit or affiliate conference. It's a transformative experience designed by industry veterans for those ready to embrace the future of performance marketing to grow their businesses. Connect with forward thinkers, affiliate pioneers, buyers, SaaS tools, and decision makers as you engage with cutting-edge strategies, immersive masterclasses, and strategic networking opportunities. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a budding SME entrepreneur, Elevate offers insights, tools, and connections to revolutionize your approach to bringing more sales into your business. Don't miss your chance to be a part of this dynamic community. Visit affiversemedia.com, click the Elevate button, and book your conference ticket to find out about our sponsorship and speaker opportunities today.